3 degrees from a record high temperature yesterday. Things cooling off quite a bit as we head to today, with temperatures returning to more seasonable for this time of year.
And this morning on DC News Now, your final chance to vote early in Virginia, how early turnout could impact Election Day. And the presidential candidates in the final days of their campaigns, where Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are trying to swing voters. Plus, top local musicians performing for free today, how you can enjoy some family-friendly event right here in Northwest DC.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Wakey, wakey, good morning. Thank you for waking up with us here on DC News Now. Your time is 8 o'clock. It's Saturday, November 2nd. I'm Tosin Fakile. It's a beautiful start to your day. We'll show it to you. Let's head on outside. This is a look over the National Cathedral, looking picturesque, looking fall-like with the sun, the hue in the sky, all the colors in the leaves. I mean, I literally could just stare at this all day.
Let's just stare at this for the next hour.
Yeah, but look, you know I'm perfect. No more news. I'm perfectly fine with just staring. No, nobody would complain. I don't think you would. And if you step outside, there's really not a lot of complaint for you today. But Derek will tell you more about that. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling good too, because it's fall-like finally.
Very fall-like. It was a little bit too warm for me the last couple of days.
I agree.
We had temperatures into the 80s.
Ooh.
It felt like more like summertime weather than it did like fall. We're seeing temperatures, though, falling back by all means. We're looking at, of course, temperatures into the 30s and 40s this morning across the DMV. Only a couple of 50s on the map for DC, Annapolis, and Lexington Park this morning. Lots of cold air damming back off towards the west and towards the Shenandoah Valley and the Allegheny Mountains. Though Winchester is warming up quite a bit. They are now at 43 degrees along with Hagerstown. We're looking at those temperatures today to go up into the 60s, but it's going to be a slow rise up into the low 60s on top of that, with that bit of breeze will make it feel definitely cooler in the shade. So be sure to have a jacket out with you before you head out and about. We're no longer seeing those summertime shorts weather. It's more like fall weather as we head into this day in November. We have a slight breeze for today and more sunshine for tomorrow, but temperatures will fall by a degree as we head into Sunday.
We'll take it, Derek. Thank you. 8:02 DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Today's your last chance to vote early in Virginia. Nearly 2 million people have already cast a ballot. Election officials say they are pre-processing the ballots to verify all information is filled out correctly. They say this will speed up the count on election night. Officials are expecting major turnout on Tuesday.
Whether it is a provisional ballot, a vote by mail ballot, or in-person ballot, they're all counted on election night after 7 o'clock, with the exception of the provisionals. The provisional ballots have to go through adjudication with the Electoral Board.
Election officials say it could take a while to know the final results because of the amount of mail-in ballots. And the presidential candidates are campaigning today, making that final push to voters. Former President Donald Trump will rally in Southern Virginia today. He's also expected to make an appearance in several parts of North Carolina. And some supporters say they're surprised Trump is making this visit to that state so late. But his visit could show confidence, some say, in a state that has been safely Democrat since 2008. Meantime, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's campaigning in the South. She'll make stops in Georgia and North Carolina today. Her campaign believing they can get votes in those southern states. And as both candidates make it down the final stretch, Wisconsin lining up to be one of the most important states to who will win the Oval Office. Both Trump and Harris rallying in the same county in Michigan. Our national correspondent, Hannah Brandt, breaks down their plan to sway voters.
With just days to go, the presidential hopefuls are projecting confidence.
Make no mistake, we will win. We will win.
We're doing very well. I think we're leading by a lot.
But the fight for the White House is getting bitter. At a late-night campaign event with conservative host Tucker Carlson, former President Trump went after former Congresswoman Liz Cheney. Cheney is a Republican, but has campaigned with VP Harris. And when asked about that, Trump called her dumb and deranged.
She's a radical war hawk, Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
Both Cheney and the Harris campaign sharply criticized the rhetoric.
Anyone who wants to be president of the United States who uses that kind of violent rhetoric is clearly disqualified and unqualified to be president.
But when he was asked about it at a campaign stop today, former President Trump doubled down.
Liz Cheney is a disaster. All she wants to do is blow people up. She's a war hawk and a dumb one at that. And if you ever put her into the field of battle, she'd be the first one to chicken out.
Now, both candidates will continue campaigning tomorrow. Former President Trump expected to campaign in Pennsylvania Sunday. Vice President Harris expected to be in Michigan. Both states will play a major role in determining who wins the White House. Let's see some local news now. Developing now, a jury finds a Maryland woman guilty of murdering her 71-year-old mother. The details of this case very disturbing. Candace Craig has been convicted of killing and dismembering her mother with a chainsaw and burning her remains on a backyard grill. Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy says the verdict has brought justice for the family.
This was done for financial purposes. It's disgusting. It's horrible. We look forward to the sentencing. We look forward to asking for the appropriate punishment at sentencing, and we hope that justice will continue to be in the favor of Miss Margaret Craig and her surviving family members who were innocent in all of this.
Candace Craig has been convicted of murder, tampering with evidence, and disposing a body. Now to a story we first brought you right here on DC News Now. A child threatening a woman with a gun in DC, taking her car as she made her way to the grocery store. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg spoke with the victim and walks us through what happened.
When the victim, who we're not identifying for her own safety, entered the Safeway garage, she saw 2 kids up to no good.
I thought they were just going to break into cars and steal things. No way did I think that they were going to steal my car. They just looked too young to be that big of a threat.
She parked, popped her trunk to get her grocery bags.
And then turned around, and there was one of them, the taller one, pointing the gun at me and said, "Give me your keys." So I tossed them in the air to distract him so I could run. I wanted to save my wallet and my phone.
Watching from a distance, she says it took them a minute to drive away. But before they did, she ran back up to grab these 2 pictures.
The youngest one looked between 10 and 12. The older one, no older than 14, I would think.
So far this year, there have been 431 carjackings, 71% involving guns. And of the 122 people arrested, 59% are juveniles.
There's a reason that the carjackings are high, because kids are getting away with it. So what do you do to dissuade the children, and they were children, from doing this?
While the numbers are still high, DC police data shows year-to-date, carjackings are down 48%.
If there's no punishment or circumstances for your actions, then citizens will just continue to be mugged, robbed, carjacked. So I hope that this will draw attention to it. I hope that somebody who's in a position to make changes will do so.
That was our Daniel Hamburg reporting 808 to Montgomery County now, where an officer was nearly hit by a driver while pulling someone over. The officer, a commander with the department, says the crash happened while he gave another driver a ticket for going over 110 miles an hour. Take a look at your screen. This is the damage that you can see happen there. This happened on I-270 near 495 in Montgomery County. Officials reminding drivers to move over for any cars on the side of the road. And for the first time in Montgomery County courts, evidence from police drone video was used in convicting a suspect. The circuit court convicted 45-year-old Jovan Ali of assault. According to the state's attorney for Montgomery County, Ali stabbed a man in the shoulder during an altercation in Silver Spring in April. Ali faces up to 10 years in prison. A sentencing hearing will start in December. Maryland is the first state to join a national program working to improve healthcare quality and lower costs. The new federal framework called AHEAD model builds on a Maryland program. That program sets limits on the total cost of Medicare in the state, which is encouraged by the Affordable Care Act. The goal of the new program is to eliminate the need for charity hospitals and ensure people receive the same treatment regardless of insurance status. Maryland will begin the model next year. Happening today, hundreds of people expected to gather for the National Women's March today. People will begin gathering at Freedom Plaza at about 3 this afternoon and march over to the White House. That event is expected to end at about 6 tonight. The theme for this year's march is "We Won't Go Back." In Prince George's County, there's a free event to help renters and families looking to buy their first homes. Hyattsville is hosting a housing fair. People will be able to learn about down payments, home repairs, and rental assistance. There'll also be workshops for first-time home buyers and legal help so you know your rights. That fair is at Hyattsville Middle School from 10 till 2. No registration is needed. And if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, the Mexican Cultural Institute and Fiesta DC holding a Day of the Dead at the Wharf. That free event is today from 4 to 7 p.m. There will be live music, a Modelo bear garden, and face painting. All right, it is 8:10. Let's check in with Derek. Derek, how are we shaping up today?
I'm in the wrong space.
When you were walking over to the wall, I was like, where's Derek going?
I don't
There
know.
he is.
I don't know
He's
where
back.
I'm going. I do know where the temperatures are going, and they're not going as high as they were yesterday. I can tell you that much for sure. Looking at your temperatures across the region, they are into the 30s and 40s. And yes, we do have a few 50s on the map this morning here in D.C., Annapolis, as well as Lexington Park. We are seeing those temperatures today to rise up into the low 60s across most of the area. It'll be a slow time for it to warm up, though, as we have that cold front pressing through yesterday that brought us a few sprinkles here and there. We do have a few clouds lingering about the area for today. It's going to be partly sunny throughout most of the day, but we're going to see more sunshine as we head into your Sunday. Those winds currently are anywhere between around 10 to 15 miles per hour wind gusts. We could see these breezes throughout the day, but not as windy as yesterday.